Okay, so interview with Mr. Stéphane Waser from Maurice Lacroix, for Relógios and Relógios website. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Carlos, for coming so far.
Thank you. As I mentioned, it's my first trip, so I'm very happy to do the first interview after so many months with Maurice Lacroix. First question we have is, about your background into the watchmaking world. Can you tell us a little bit about, and you now are the head of Maurice Lacroix?
Well, my background, I think it already started when I was a kid because my father liked very much Swiss watches, so already at the age of 12, 13, I was looking at different watch brands, and when I was also studying at university, I was a lot into, I liked advertising and I liked sports activities. So there was one brand which really marked me at that time was Tag Heuer. Mm-hmm. And actually my first job after university, I was what they call the junior product manager at Tag Heuer.
Okay, good, great. And if you can define Maurice Lacroix in few words, how you would define the company?
First of all, the brand, has gone back to its origin. What is very important, what we have at the heart, is the high perceived value. This has been since Maurice Lacroix exists, since the first success with the Calypso, and afterwards with the Masterpiece. It has always been bringing a very high quality at affordable prices. And also what makes Maurice Lacroix, you've been here today, you've seen the factory, is first of all, this capacity that we have, the craftsmanship, that we can do our own movement in-house. This brings really the quality to all the watch collections, because as you've seen, the people who are doing the entry price ranges are the same people who are developing the high-end watches, the same people that are assembling these watches, the same people that are controlling these watches. So, thanks to this masterpiece on the manufacturer watches, this brings the very high level on the whole collection. And this is also why we can deliver this high perceived value. A second thing that is important for Maurice Lacroix is, of course, the design, or we would even say the iconic design. There, the collection Aikon, of course, plays a lot into that field. But what many people don't know, it's a refresh of the Calypso collection, which was our most successful model ever. In Germany, we were selling more than 100,000 watches a year in the 90s. So this design has been very appreciated. When we moved more to manufacturer competences, this has been a bit forgotten. Of course, the model was very 80s, so it wasn't really fitting the needs of the design wishes from the years 2000s. But in 2014, we brought it back of the drawer, we looked at it. Actually, retailers told us and distributors told us, you should do the Calypso again. But when you looked at the watch, it was 80s, you were like, it's not really going to work. But we said, okay, what are the design trends of the moment? What is really interesting to people? And it was this whole Gérald design language, which we applied to the Calypso, and this is the Aikon today.
Yeah, by the way, I like the Aikon name very much because it sounds like icon.
Yeah.
Like it is an icon for Maurice Lacroix. Yeah.
That was when we were working on collection name, and that was really the objective, is to find something that is very simple, that our customers, when they open a catalog or to go to a website, you always want to know which is the most important model. So by giving it the name Aikon, we were telling the people, listen, this is the Aikon, and logically in the collection you have another product which is also very emblematic as Masterpiece. So it's an easy indication, and we are really partisans of simple things. When it's simple, it works. If it's too conceptual and it starts to be complicated, people don't understand what you want to say.
Yes. And you'll be participating in Watches and Wonders this year, right?
Yes, we did participate. Yeah, it was a digital version.
Yeah. And you're gonna go in Geneva Watch Days.
Yes, we're now preparing. This is in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it starts end of August, and I think it's important. These moments are important not for the selling, but for the contact, for getting to know to seeing again the people. Because at the end, the watch, you can do beautiful presentations, you can do beautiful films. We have a digital showroom, as you saw, so we can present watches with a very high quality level, do watch presentations. But at the end, the watch has to be worn, has to be touched. You even have to smell it if it's leather.
It's a piece of jewelry. Yeah. Because What's in the Wonders was digital, right?
Yes, only digital.
Yeah. And now Geneva Watch Days is going to be physical.
Exactly.
So you do both things in the same year.
Yeah. And even even Geneva Watch Days, for the people who could not join, we will do digital sessions. So, for example, I have a day with journalists. I will have 1 or 2 interviews physical, then 1 digital, then a few physical. Today, it doesn't make
It will be always like that, the mix of digital and in the presence.
And I think at the end, we want to communicate with the people. We want to have the contact. We want to show them what we're capable of and what we have launched. And if that's the only way to do it, then we take the digital way.
Marcel told me there's going to be like a hotel with the name on it.
Yeah. So it's a Maurice Lacroix house. So we have taken the whole hotel, and it fits very much the brand. We didn't want to go into a standard having a booth in a hall or doing this in a 5-star hotel room we wanted to have something. Today you come into the hotel, you have a Maurice Lacroix experience. You're in the Maurice Lacroix world. You enter, you have nice rooms, nice lounges, you have a patio, and you also have a gin bar because we have our own gin brand.
Well, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yes, a gin brand. Wow, that's interesting. Well, we'll talk about digital. So you kind of answered that already because I was going to ask about this lockdown. So you had this studio. So you put a lot of things online to reach out to the customers and retailers, right? Yes, with that. And I saw some of the novelties for this year. And what do you like to put as highlights for the novelties for this year?
I mean, the big novelty this year is, of course, the Aikon Master Grand Date. It's a manufacturer caliber, so it's a whole new development. And this has been also a huge work from the team. It's also in terms of complication, we have a big date, and it's into the Aikon range. So it's actually the first time we really develop a manufacturer caliber for the Aikon range, and also in terms of retail, you're at 7,500. I think it's very competitive, and it's also very beautifully looking, and you really have what also was at the beginning of the Maurice Lacroix days. Is bringing this high-end watchmaking up, but at very affordable prices, because you have a flying balance wheel and a big date, which are quite very interesting watchmaking complications.
Yeah, I saw the development, all the details and the big chart with the big date, how it works. Very impressive. And by the way, this was the same watch that you decided to give for the auction only watch.
Exactly.
But in an orange version, right?
With a carbon case.
So a lot of new things.
Yeah. I mean, only watch you always take it a bit like a prototyping field where we try things, and that we test a bit the market and the feedback, and we often work like that. We like to test and get feedback for the customers. If it's appreciated, then we will go into more series or more execution. So it's not we're going to do exactly the same watch, but it opens the field of more colory. And it opens the field of carbon.
A new
cases.
material, so it's the first time that you have a carbon case.
Case.
Yeah, very interesting. Also, how is the proportion right now between the sales of watches for men and women?
So we're reaching slowly 40-60, and this is nice because we were until the year
40 for ladies.
Exactly, 40 for ladies, 60 for men.
60 for men. Okay.
We were 50-50 in the year end of 1990 to beginning 2000. Then when we invested more into the manufacture, obviously in the mechanical, we dropped to the ladies about down to 10%. And the last 4 or 5 years, also with Aikon and the program we have, it went back up. So it's very nice to see. And this is really looking at the references, men, women. If I don't count the women which are wearing men's watches, which is a trend. And we have also smaller men's sizes on the Aikon, like the 39, which fit very well to the ladies.
But I think that this little difference is also because you've been marketing and selling very well the Aikon line. which primarily go to men or bigger wrists.
Yeah.
So perhaps this is but also I think is a symbol of the success of the Aikon line.
Yeah, absolutely.
That people are crazy about.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you have to imagine Aikon in 2016, beginning of 2016, there was no watch on the market, and today Aikon is in more than 60% of the sales.
Wow. The full line. Yeah. The full line Aikon. Yeah, dude. And I saw I did the tour, so I understand that you have some movements that you buy from third parties and also your own manufacturer.
Exactly.
And I mean, how is the relationship? I mean, it's you have movements from Selita, is that right?
Yes.
And also your own manufacturer.
Yeah. I mean, the own manufacturer there, you get the components, you do the assembly of the movement first, and then of course you do the hand fitting and the casing of the watch. For the other ones which you purchase from Selita, then you do only the hand fitting and the casing. But anyway, it's Swiss made, so it has to be assembled in Switzerland. That is an obligation, and of course the 60%. But what is interesting on this competence that we have in house, it's highly appreciated. It helps us to showcase what we are capable of. All the conceptual work is also done in house, which helps then to improve the quality on the other collections. And in terms of sales, it's about 10% of our sales. So it's not only masterpiece, we also have some manufacturer movement and high movement
in
on
the
Aikon
line, yeah. So
you have the skeleton, which you might have seen. We did a project which was called Mercury. So
the gravity.
Yeah,
I saw the gravity. I was playing with the gravity. Yeah, well, good. In your opinion, what are the trends in watchmaking right now?
I mean, there's size. There's back to smaller watch sizes. I mean, it's a lot influenced by the vintage, because certified pre-owned vintage watches is becoming a big topic. These are smaller watches, because 20-30 years ago the watches were smaller, which also influences then our new collection of ranges. Second one is about the color. Green. Green is the kind of the new blue or the new black, because blue was very popular the last years, but green has been exploding on every collection. And then there's a topic which is coming persistently more and more. It's about sustainability, or for example for the leather more vegan topics. But I put this on the sustainability if you want. Yeah. And this is also an area which, funny enough, 2 years ago, no customer would write me emails and say, hey, is your watch sustainable? Is your watch vegan? And now I get every week 1 or 2 emails where a customer asks us, I like this watch, I'm a vegan, if I take the steel version, is it really animal free? Or, I'm about sustainability, what's your carbon footprint or something like that. So it's funny how 2 days ago, never question, and now customer are more and more expecting. And also on the packaging material you use and stuff, and other elements around the watch, catalogs or bags, or they care. Today they care, and you can lose a sale if you don't have the right
and
material.
The mechanical watches are by nature, even before people were talking about this, very sustainable, because they work either with your hand or the movement, so hand wind or automatic. So they are, since their inception, very eco-friendly. You don't have batteries or other things there. So it's but now people, I understand, they're also asking about the whole production process, also the straps, because I notice the straps, the bracelets are very nice. The straps also are with the M, so very exclusive to Maurice Lacroix. It's not like you put a third-party stuff. It's very nice strap and very nicely done with the M that is everywhere.
Which is something we had historically, until 2004, 2005. We had this on every watch, and people from the 90s, and especially the success from the Calypso, was because people could see from far the M on the strap. And this is something, again, like Mont Blanc, you have the Mont Blanc, the peak
exactly.
on the pen. We had the M in the past, and this is something we brought back because customers also requested it and said, listen, if you like the brand, this was an element which is an iconic element, if you want.
Yes, iconic.
And we had to bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah. So for some new customer from Brazil, some reader of the site or some new customer, what the message you would like to give to them about Maurice Lacroix, or come to know Maurice Lacroix, or for him or for her?
Yeah.
What you
I mean,
like to
Maurice
say?
Lacroix is actually a brand. It's not an established brand in sense of you are of a certain age and you have a certain income, and it is a very young brand. And we start. Our customers start already at 18, 20, but you can go a very long way. What is interesting, it's a very dynamic, it's a very fresh brand, very connected. That's why we do a lot of things on digital, if you look at Instagram or Facebook. And I think interesting is we are really a brand, today is a lot about inclusive luxury and accompanying people. And if you look at our testimonials or ambassadors, we specifically work, I don't say pay, I say work with upcoming young talents, and we often say success is a journey, not a destination. And what we like to do is we like to work together with these people. We are with them now for a certain time on a certain path, and we're there to support. But most important, we want to work together. We want to have projects together. We want to have fun together. For example, the two now gold medalists of the Olympic Games in volleyball, beach volleyball, they are our friends of the brand, and we have done, for example, a watch project with them. Others,
Swiss
Norwegian, the two Norwegian gold medalists. Yeah.
I think they beat the Brazilians.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay. We got other medals. No problem.
But the brand is a lot about this, because today because we target really the millennials as a core target, and today millennials have understood that a lot of known high-end testimonials, they get millions paid for one or two pictures, and that's it, and they want to have the authenticity. And authenticity is the first topic, and so when we work with these people, it's not about the money, it's about the brand, it's about the stories, it's about the product, but it's also about writing stories together.
Okay, yes. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your time, and I appreciate really the visit and having the time to talk to you.
Sure, absolutely.